welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bricks and brickish things. We're now in October and I've had no voice for about 3 weeks. It's a side effect of one of my tablets, so I've had it on and off for a year. So anyway, there's nothing I can do about it. So hopefully you can hear me okay. And I'm going to run through my September reads. There was only, I think, 14, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4 of them were physical, 10 of them were Kindle. So we're just going to run through them. All right? Hope you're all keeping well. It's at the moment, it's the 24th of October. So I shall have to do October's one in a minute. I've been doing Halloween-a-thon. Some of these books are from Halloween-a-thon, which which starts on the 21st of September. But I'm just going to do it as 2 separate months because it's just easier for me to remember, because my brain's not that good these days. Do you know what I mean? But my sister's staying at the moment, so I've sent her outside. But if you suddenly hear a little voice, it's because she's forgotten I'm filming. All right? So anyway, the first book I read, Bumps in the Night by A.D. Arrow, Clowning Around. This is a middle grade, YA series. It's incredibly nostalgic. They're normally set in the 80s or 90s. I think all the ones I've read so far have been in the 80s. I think this is about the 4th book in the series. And this is about a little boy called Billy who lives in a town where nothing happens. And then the circus turns up. And there's these very weird clowns. And it turns out that they have a clown king that they need to feed. It's very good, it's very fun, it's quite a short little book. Beautiful cover, as you can see, proper like the old days, like Goosebumps and Fear Street. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And A.D. Arrow actually won one of the Bookstore Awards. I was really pleased for him because he's such a nice man. And the next one I read was The Devil's Flute Murders by Seishi Yoshimizu, I think it's pronounced. This is a murder mystery, and it's set after the collapse of Japanese society when the elites were all kind of gotten rid of. And it's about this very family who used to be elite. Obviously, they still are. They have a lot of money in this old ramshackle house. And one of them gets murdered in a locked room. And the main detective, I wish I could remember his name, I can't now. He reminds me of like a Japanese Columbo. He's all kind of shambolic and a bit, you know, kind of in disrepair. And he kind of, you know, wheedles out who's done all the bad deed. But it's a typical murder mystery, although set in an environment that obviously is quite alien to us, because obviously Japanese culture is very different. And but yeah, it was really good. It was on Kindle Unlimited, so that was excellent. The next one I read was Dead Awake Rebirth by Rob Ulitsky. This is the 4th in the Dead Awake series, which is a zombie series unlike you've ever seen before. It's basically this town called Egglemore, which is set in the UK, which in itself is weird and a bit strange and a bit unusual and unique. Tiny little town. And suddenly when people go to sleep, they wake up and they're zombies. Nobody really knows what's going on. Turns out it's kind of this clandestine scientific lab that's in the town that's been researching a drug for insomnia, and it has this very bad side effect. Anyway, it deals with 8 survivors and their journeys. Each chapter is from that survivor's perspective. This is the 4th book. It's more of the same. You find out a lot more about the science lab. They're called Lifelong, about what they've been involved in. And then the government swoops in and takes over and decides that, you know, the only way to deal with this outbreak and to keep it contained is just to wipe out the town. So it's very fast-paced, very gory. Some of the survivors you'll love, some of them you will hate. But it is so good. I'm on the ARC team. The ARC team for Rob. One comes out every month. The one for October's just come out, and then the series finishes in November. It's a 6-part series, but it's come out over 6 months. They're all on KU, so it's absolutely brilliant. I'm not much of a zombie fan, but I absolutely loved this. So, yeah, so that was the next one. Then after that Fossil by Grieg Beck. It's kind of like archaeological thrillers, I guess. Some of them are really good. Some it's a bit hit and miss. My favourite one so far has been Europa, which is a deep space one, set on this icy world. It's just brilliant. It's like sci-fi horror, which is one of my favourite genres. This one is about a young couple who stumble on the remains of a Neanderthal man, and he's clutching an object which they remove from him. It turns out it's been left behind by alien visitors many hundreds of thousands of years ago, and it sets off a homing beacon that brings them back to Earth to do all sorts of dastardly things. It's quite good fun. It's a bit mad, but it was a good, it was a fun read. Next, I read Thin Red Membrane by John James Minster. This is religious horror. That's not your thing. You won't enjoy this. It's all about faith, fear, good versus evil. And the last story, as you know, all of the palaver recently about rapture talk, is a story about the rapture. And there's 4 stories in there. They all deal with the basic, good versus evil, cursed objects, will your faith survive certain disasters? It's actually really, really good. I really enjoyed them. The stories are very, very good. There is a deep religious message in this. If this is not for you, please don't read it. I have religious trauma, but I quite find it interesting. But yeah, really enjoyed it. And he's such a lovely man, John. Such a lovely man. Next, I read The Sleepy Hollow Incident. This is a 4-part story. It is epic. The books are massive, and they're being released over the next 3 months. I was on the ARC team for this one. The world building is extraordinary. It's basically a small town, and starts with this young couple. They're called Mark and Laurie, and they're desperately in love, but Laurie's family especially, who's very elite, they don't think he's good enough, and there's some dodgy goings on there. And they get in a car accident, so it starts, and Mark offers his soul to the man in black in order for Laurie to live. They eventually move apart, but then all these shenanigans go on. He gets pulled in. You can see each cover up, book 1, book 2, book 3, and book 4. He slowly becomes demonic. And basically, the denizens of hell and the people who are involved in the occult are trying to open a portal to hell to bring through the devil. You're okay, Sue. You don't have to tiptoe, darling. My sister, bless her. So, in the end, you find out, does love conquer all? Do you know? Because Laurie, in the end, has to sacrifice to save Mark. But the whole story, I can't even tell you, there's a cult, there's witches, there's demons, there's ghosts. It's just incredible. I can't even tell you how good it is. If you want to read my reviews on it, which are pretty much spoiler free, but give you a better overview, it's all on Goodreads and Sharon Joy Reads. I'm there everywhere. It is so, so good. The first book came on the 6th of October. The next one comes out on the 26th of October, then the 18th of November, and the last one's on the 9th of December. Covers are stunning, as you can see. It is epic. Completely epic. So if you fancy like a big opus where there's lots of world building, lots of horror, demons, the occult, ritualistic magic, witches, ghosts, everything you can imagine coming out of this portal, obviously, then you will love this. I absolutely loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. It's incredible. So that was my Kindles. And then physical books. There's only 4 of them. We read Nightmare Hall Guilty by Diane Ho. This was for Tales Point Horror Book Club, obviously. And this is about a girl. She's got everything. Do you know, she's at college, she's got everything. She's got a cool boyfriend, she's beautiful. And then there's an accident in a boat and she survives and her boyfriend doesn't. And then somebody decides that, you know, she's guilty. Not guilty for killing him, but guilty because she should have saved him, right? She couldn't have done. And so there's this person trying to kill her off, basically. The cover, which is a step cover, this is the American one, shows her when she's in the pool. Somebody tries to drag her under. It's a really good story. I really enjoyed it. I quite like the Nightmare Halls. I think Scream Team has been my favourite so far. We always do a Nightmare Hall in September, and Dustin from the Rewatch recap, which is on YouTube, always joins in. He's always the host of that with Shelley, and it's just such fun. It's lovely to see him. It's great fun. Really enjoyed it. Next, let me just have a little drink because I'm losing my voice. Oh, I've run out. The next one was an ARC that was sent to me. I get very few physical ARCs because it costs a lot, and most of the stuff I ARC read for is for indies. This was sent to me by Russell Happy Reading with a matching bookmark. This is the second in the Britannia series, and it's all about a future world where UK is now... Oh my God, should I fill my drink up? Thank you, darling. That's very kind. It's a thriller. It's kind of a horror thriller in a kind of way, because what's being depicted is horrific. And basically the world is subjugated, just run by the elite. And they run the world, and Britannia exists, and Britain is in total control of the world. But in a very bad way, in the fact that they want to wipe out any free will. And there's like these pockets of resistance that rise up. I can't remember the name of the... Jamie. The first book starts with Jamie. Thank you, Sue. Starts with Jamie, who is just a normal bloke going around his business trying to, you know, keep his head down so nobody notices him, because the secret forces obviously get rid of people who are dissidents. It's very kind of like Cold War-ish in a lot of ways, do you know what I mean? He gets pulled into it, kind of accidentally really, and they wipe out his whole family. And so he becomes a renegade, basically. He joins the resistance. It's very, very good. And there's King Alfred is on the phone. And yeah, it's brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Russ was very kind to send me a physical copy, and he also sent me a lovely cup, which has got this on as well. So that's really kind of him. Next, YA. I was so looking forward to this in September. They Own the Night by Amy McCall. This is just so much fun. It's a Dracula retelling, and it's all about these two. What have I written there? Oh, right. These two brother and sister, Mia and Johnny, and they're at college together, and Johnny wants his own wannabe journalist, and he goes to interview Vlad, who used to be in a very successful rock band, the lead singer or the leader of a very successful rock band called Vlad and the Vamps. And something happened, and he's been a recluse. So he invites him to interview him. Meanwhile, back on campus, people are dying, young men especially, mysteriously, bloodily, viciously. Anyway, Vlad and Johnny end up having a relationship, and turns out, with a name like Vlad, you can pretty much guess who he really is, as are the rest of the band. Eventually they come out of retirement, and it all goes into hell. I mean, the finale is explosive. The whole book is brilliant. I love Amy's writing. She knows I do. I love vampires, although Frankenstein's monster is my favourite movie villain. Dracula's second for me. But it's such a great read. Mia and Johnny are such good characters. So's Vlad. He's such a good character. Looks like Spike from Buffy, doesn't he? Wonder why. Amy. But yeah, it's really, really good. And yeah, so grab it, my friends. It's a great read for October, or any time actually, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I know Amy has had this story in her head for a long time because she absolutely loves Dracula. So yeah, really brilliant. Get it. Next, another lovely friend and a YA author, Kat Ellis, The Devouring Light. This was also a new release in September. I love this. It's got little, look, I love when they do this inside. Also in Jamie's book is multimedia. If you love multimedia, this is great. There's all sorts of multimedia all the way through it. I love books like that. This is about two rival rock bands, and one of their buses breaks, or car breaks down, so they get into one tour bus, and then it ends up getting lost and falling into this basically swampy land, and they see a light in the distance, and it ends up being this old ramshackle house that they end up in, surrounded by this misty fog-covered swamp. It's proper, oh, the vibes are spot on. It's proper creepy. And so anyway, it turns out the house is more than it seems, and many years ago a lot of famous people, well-known people, had gone there and they all disappeared. Where did they go? And turns out the house is, I don't know, keeping them. But it's that whole kind of image of, you know, a spooky haunted house covered in mist and fog in a marshland where the pathways move, and it's all a bit surreal and creepy. And it's about these two bands bands have to kind of help each other, and they're mortal enemies. So it's really, really good. It's really unputdownable as well. I've read this in one sitting. It's quite a short book anyway, but it's just, oh, it's brilliant. It's like it's proper vibey. But yeah, so that was my reads for September. Sorry this is so late coming out. Today I am going to be, just so you know, the bricks haven't ended. I'm going to be starting this one today. Now, maybe before Christmas, because I want to get it up on the shelf up there. Oh, up there. Which has got that Hocus Pocus house, which I've just finished. So I want that to go next to it. So I'm going to build that as my October build. And there'll be a video up about that, no doubt, at some point. But anyway, my loves, hope you're all well. Hope you're all keeping well. Keep warm. Keep hydrated. Keep reading fantastic books. And I'll see you soon with my October wrap-up for Halloween-a-thon. Bye, loves.